Jonathan Swan of Axios sat down with Jared Kushner and asked him a whole mess of questions. But the one that's making the most news is the follow-up asking Kushner whether he thinks his father-in-law, Donald Trump, is racist, specifically around the issue of birtherism. Take a look.
Have you ever seen him say or do anything that you would describe as racist or bigoted?
So the answer is no, absolutely not. You can't not be a racist for 69 years, then run for president and be a racist. And what I'll say is that when a lot of the Democrats call the president a racist, I think they're doing a disservice to people who suffer because of real racism in this country.
Was birtherism racist?
Look, I wasn't really involved in that.
I know you weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Was it racist?
Like I said, I wasn't involved in that.
I know you weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Was it racist?
Look, I know who the president is, and I have not seen anything in him that is racist. So again, I was not involved in that.
Did you wish he didn't do that?
Like I said, I was not involved in that. That was a long time ago.
The other issue that often gets brought up in this conversation is that he campaigned on banning Muslims. Would you describe that as religiously bigoted?
Look, I think that the president did his campaign the way he did his campaign.
He did,
and I think
but you wish he didn't. Do you wish he didn't make that speech?
I think he's here today, and I think he's doing a lot of great things for the country.
So there's so much amazing stuff in that, but I just want to say a general note about Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner looks like the kind of guy who's about to projectile vomit at all times.
That's such a good point.
Like severe,
really
like
point, yeah.
don't, and that affects like the way he talks. He's just like, don't make me answer that question. Like, you know, Stan in season 1 of South Park, where whenever he sees Wendy, it's just blah. Mm-hmm. That's Jared Kushner. But the answer to that question specifically, let's start with birtherism. What do we think?
Yeah, well, okay. So essentially what he said was, no, my father-in-law, who's given me a position that I'm not qualified for, isn't racist, right? I started with the racism thing, sorry.
Right, racism.
But the birtherism thing, I was actually more amused by the person asking the question because I don't know, maybe it's because he's, not an American. He's able to, I mean, he's got an accent, it's obvious. Like he is doing actual journalism where there are follow-ups. So I love the fact that he didn't let Kushner get away with avoiding the question. It was good.
It was, I think that's it. I was just thinking that, like, that's exactly what people want Chris Cuomo to do to Kellyanne Conway. Jake Tapper, like if you're gonna keep having her on, then I'm gonna need you to spend an hour on this one question she refuses to answer.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, don't let her run the interview. That's what people want. And it's something I hadn't even thought about this morning, but if somebody asked me like, hey Brooke, have you ever seen or heard your mom, Larnette, do anything racist? No, it's that easy.
Right.
He struggled.
Oh yeah.
And we know because the answer is yes all the time. I just wanna get it out every single moment of his life. He's never not racist. Like that's what he wants to say, you know what I mean? But he was like, so John, the answer is.
So a good questioner, like yeah, just the physical discomfort as well as yeah, you're right, the accent thing. It's just like I know that you're taken aback by the fact that I sound smarter than you right now, so I'm just gonna go for it, because I am of the British Empire. I don't know if he's Australian or is he?
This is
like,
what we did on the damn.
He's just like
for way too long.
But. But he's just like, I speak passive aggressive, so I'm just gonna nail you down on it.
Right.
And good questions reveal the answer, whether the person gives the answer or not.
Ooh, yeah.
And that's exactly what happened there, because we look at Jared through the questioning of, do you think birtherism was racist? And then the follow-up question, do you wish he hadn't done it? You wish he hadn't done that? You wish he hadn't done that. And then the fact that he keeps repeating this insane line, I wasn't involved in that. So you can't even give you were involved in it, first of all, because this is the president of the United States now, and you're involved in the administration that was born essentially in that moment, more or less.
Yeah.
During the birtherism.
Yeah, and you just spoke for 69 years. Nobody told him to say that. He could have said, I've only really been involved in his personal life the past 4 years. He said 69 years. So, I mean, you just answered to it. You said that you were an expert on the past 69 years of this man's life. So then how come in literally a breath later, it's like, oh, I wasn't a part of that.
And he's been racist forever. We have, just look at Grabbing 22. Here is his full page ad that he took out in multiple New York area newspapers in 1989 about the Central Park Five, followed by something Brooke found earlier this morning. This tweet where he said the Central Park Five documentary of the time, this came out in 2013, was a one-sided piece of garbage that didn't explain the horrific crimes of these young men while in the park.
They didn't commit the crime.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
And that was 11 years after New York State Supreme Court had fully exonerated them, and 1 year before they were paid a $41 million settlement from, I think it was the city of New York City, right? Because I think there's two separate lawsuits.
Whoever it was that.
But it was $41 million, right? It was the city. It that just completely didn't admit any wrongdoing.
Right, but that's just the nature,
Exactly,
which is weird.
But
they have money. If
Right,
anything communicates
millions.
to Donald Trump this actually happened, it should be the money transfer.
Right, and not only, they weren't just magically up in the air exonerated. The actual rapist came forward, had specific details only the rapist would know, and DNA matched.
Right.
And it's still not enough because all the black kids gotta go. For him, it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh God, he's such.
Yeah.
So that's Jared Kushner. This is also Jared Kushner, this next graphic.
You
That's
love this
not,
picture.
That's not a
He loves
17-year-old
this
who
picture.
just
I
went through
can't.
puberty. That's with Ivanka. That's who I thought it was. That is Jared Kushner, and here's a close-up.
You guys should follow.
I know, I'm not.
Follow Brett on Instagram because I would say maybe 70% of his stories are on Jared Kushner.
I laugh
They
out
are.
loud often, watching Brett's Instagram stories. Treat yourself. Yeah.
The TYT Plus app is now available on iOS and Android. Download to get more TYT content at tyt.com/app.